Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest wrestling news, stories, and rumors you need to know, including lots of fallout from All In, including what's next for Bryan Danielson, Sid passes away, Ricochet debuts in AEW, Saraya has a meltdown at a post-show press conference, Rikishi upset with WWE's booking of Jey Uso, Kevin Owens' contract update, and more. Sid passes away. Some unfortunate and deeply unsettling news to share as wrestling legend Sid Eudy, known to many fans as Psycho Sid, has sadly passed away. His son Gunnar shared this heartbreaking news of his father's passing via Facebook, posting, "In memory of my father, Sid Eudy. Dear friends and family, I'm deeply saddened to share that my father, Sid Eudy, has passed away after battling cancer for several years. He was a man of strength, kindness, and love, and his presence will be greatly missed. We appreciate your thoughts and prayers as we grieve this loss. Details for a memorial service will be shared soon. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, Gunnar Eudy." Sid was one of the most popular names throughout the 1990s, and he was world champion in both WWE and WCW. The wrestling world is now coming together to share their memories of an all-time great. Wrestlelamia extends our condolences to the family and friends of Eudy. All In Fallout. AEW's second All In pay-per-view has entered the history books, but there's plenty of fallout from the show, including major title changes, debuts, and a major meltdown following the show. Let's look at all the happenings from Wembley Stadium. Major title changes. All In featured a plethora of title matches and some major changes to the title scene. First, Bryan Danielson defeated Swerve Strickland to win the AEW World Championship and avoid retirement. Next, Mariah May is the new AEW Women's Champion after her win over Timeless Toni Storm. Will Ospreay regained the AEW International Championship from MJF, while Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac are your new AEW Trios Champions. In addition, Hook defeated Chris Jericho to recapture the FTW Championship. Debuts and returns. All In had lots going on, including two big returns and a debut fans have been waiting for over the past few weeks. Sting returned to save Darby Allin from getting set ablaze by the Young Bucks and scapegoat Jack Perry. At the same time, Daniel Garcia made a surprise return to stop MJF from using his Dynamite Diamond ring against Will Ospreay. Former WWE superstar Ricochet made his much-anticipated AEW debut, entering the Casino Gauntlet match. There was also a surprise return as AEW color commentator Nigel McGuinness returned to the ring, competing in the Casino Gauntlet match, which was won by Christian Cage. Fans also saw the return of former AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter, who has been out of action since she dropped the title to Toni Storm at 2023's Double or Nothing. What's next for Bryan Danielson? Bryan Danielson saved his career by winning the AEW World Championship, but what's next for the American Dragon? Danielson previously stated his full-time days are over and that he's likely having surgery by the end of the year, which has fueled speculation whether he'll vacate the title, continue defending it but on a part-time basis, or revisit his decision to switch to part-time wrestling. The new world champion didn't provide many clues during the post-show press conference other than this: "I haven't thought about my future at all past tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll be there in Champaign, Illinois on Wednesday, and we'll figure it out between now and then. I'm sure I'll have an announcement then. It'll be interesting to see how Dynamite does in the ratings following All In." When AEW made the decision to put the title on Danielson. Interesting news about when AEW decided to put the title on Danielson. You may recall past rumors that Danielson had no interest in becoming AEW World Champion and made this clear to AEW President Tony Khan. However, Fightful reports the decision was made in April and that Khan eventually talked the American Dragon into leaving All In with the title. The report also mentioned that the rumored Swerve Strickland vs. Will Ospreay match wasn't planned, with Fightful stating one source told it, "Ospreay will have chances to main event Wembley for years to come." What do you think of the decision to put AEW's top prize on Danielson, and what's next for him and the title? Did AEW drop the ball with Ricochet's debut? Ricochet's debut in the Casino Gauntlet match made for some exciting action, as the Future of Flight showed why he's still one of wrestling's best high flyers. Nevertheless, some critics and fans are questioning why he debuted in the match only to lose. While there's some validity to the argument, it's worth noting that there's no reason why Ricochet should have won the event unless AEW planned to put the title on him. Otherwise, he'd look weak. That being said, AEW should have debuted him in a match as a mystery partner, as you can argue Ricochet got lost in the crowd with his debut. Saraya's Meltdown. Saraya is none too pleased with Jamie Hayter or AEW for that matter. The former AEW Women's Champion appeared during AEW's post-show press conference, bringing her wrestling family in as she went off on Jamie Hayter and AEW management. Saraya's profanity-laced tirade follows. "How dare Jamie come down there and get in my face? Does she know who she's messing with? This is a message for Jamie. If you ever do that again, I'm going to beat your fucking ass. You hear me? Do you hear me? Don't report it. Don't say anything bad about me. Even you in the back, I'll smack your fucking face. I see you looking at me, you little reporting bad things about me all the time. I'm the fucking star of the show. I'm Saraya, bitch, and this is my fucking house." This tirade has caught fans' attention because rumor has it that Saraya's AEW deal may be ending soon, although there are rumors that AEW and or Saraya have options to extend it. Naturally, some fans will wonder if this was a shoot and reflect Saraya's unhappiness in AEW. Some fans might even feel Saraya made a scene to convince AEW to release her. While it's possible that it's a shoot, it also seems likely it's a work generated to help rejuvenate Saraya's AEW run, which has been hit and miss. Saraya may need more aid than this because some fans claim that Saraya's appearance, along with her wrestling family, had zero reaction from the fans in attendance. This is a big difference from last year's All In, when Saraya captured the AEW Women's Championship in front of the home crowd. Is AEW's booking of Saraya to blame? Does Saraya deserve criticism for weak performances, or is it a combination of both? Whatever the case, this meltdown could set up a program between Saraya and Jamie Hayter. Both women may be out of the title picture for a bit, so it makes sense to give them a feud to keep them in the spotlight. As for whether the meltdown is a work or a shoot, AEW has had enough of real-life problems following shows, including CM Punk's meltdown at 2022's All Out and his backstage dust-up with Jack Perry at 2023's All In, that it may feel it can create uncertainty among fans whether this is a work or a shoot. Game over for Chris Jericho? Is it game over for Chris Jericho? Some fans believe Jericho needs to retire as he's lost it in the ring, looking nothing like the competitor who lit up the ring for 30 years. Some fans believe Jericho has also let himself go physically, which makes him less than convincing as a major player. Add criticism that Jericho is taking the spotlight from other stars, and it's understandable why some fans believe it's time to retire. While Wrestlelamia isn't going to state whether Jericho needs to retire, we will note that it's unknown whether the criticism against Chris is that of a vocal minority or a belief held by many fans. Fans can look at ratings and see whether Jericho's segments are going down, and while this isn't proof positive either way, it's a start. Rikishi disappointed with Jey Uso's push? Jey Uso's famous father Rikishi continues to question how the WWE is pushing his son. Rikishi, who previously criticized WWE for what looked to be a romantic storyline between Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso, had this to say during his podcast. "I want to know what this kid has to do. He's probably the hottest intro when he's coming out. You talk about fan engagement, we all see it. Yet when it comes time to give this kid his flowers and let's do business, why wasn't my son handled with Money in the Bank? Where's the guy who won Money in the Bank?" Rikishi questioned why Jey seems to be out of the loop. What is he doing now? What business sense does that make for a company that let the most exciting guy, a guy that is not a liability, a guy that shows up and shows out, a guy who does his job? What does it hurt this company to even give this kid a shot? Once the Money in the Bank thing didn't go through, I thought, let's see what they do now. Maybe they'll give him a shot. Maybe they'll set him up for the Intercontinental belt. I think he deserves a shot to the World Championship. Rikishi seems to have forgotten that Jey has had Intercontinental and World Championship matches. Do you agree with Rikishi's assessment of Jey's current push? Rumor that WWE hasn't signed Kevin Owens to a new deal. Speaking of possible exits, a recent Metro interview with Kevin Owens disclosed that KO has 9 months left on his WWE deal. There's already talk about what's next for Owens. Owens told Metro, "I really don't take anything for granted. I've 9 months left on my contract, and I don't know what can happen from here on out." Well, there's buzz about why WWE hasn't locked Owens into a new deal yet. The WWE's policy of waiting until superstars' current contracts are almost over before negotiating suggests WWE management won't make an offer for some time. AEW's All In fail. Last but not least, AEW is getting plenty of good feedback on its All In pay-per-view, but there were some complaints, including the booking of Ricochet. In addition, some fans were astonished by the lack of a screen for an area set far apart from the ring. Ex-user Agent Drix posted a photo of one particular view, more like a lack of view, with this note: "The largest side of the stadium. No screen put up. Amazing." If the picture is accurate, it looks like some fans were out of luck when it comes to watching the in-ring action. Well guys, there you have it, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and X, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.